Hey, everybody, this is Jack Hammer of the Santa Rosa Press Democrat. Hope you're all doing well on this Wednesday as you get ready to watch the Golden State Warriors head into game 5 now of the Western Conference semifinals. But before you get there, we got about a half hour before game time, so I figured we'd jump on and go through another game of Samuel Womack. The 49ers drafted Womack in the 5th round of the NFL draft, the cornerback out of Toledo. We went through a game of his a couple of days ago against Notre Dame. We're back today with we're going to take a look at his game versus Central Michigan. This is a fun game to watch. There's a little bit more going into this one in terms of the number of plays that I selected, so it should be fun. Let's go into it. I'm going to try to make sure that I don't kick myself out today and leave you guys without any audio through the first beginning of the show like I did last time. Raphael, good to have you on board again. It's always fun to have you on here. So I'm going to get into this, and as I'm going through, if I miss any of the comments, don't worry, I will come back to them, and we can go back to the stream and take a look at where we are in terms of the play. So let's go ahead and just jump right into it. I'm going to fast forward a little bit here to. I'm not going to be showing the whole thing. We're going to jump around a little bit, kind of like what we did last time. So right now, this is still early in the game, as you can see, only 14 minutes in. Womack is the cornerback up at the top of the screen. So he is the playing the field side. He's right there on about the 44-yard line. One of the ways, if you're watching Samuel Womack, that you know that you're looking at the right guy is because his mouthpiece is never in. It's always dangling from the bottom of his face mask. So you can see him up there around the 49. And he's going to be in man coverage here, and you're going to see some nice tight coverage. Let's go ahead and run it. And you see the in breaking route. I just want to show that one real quick. It's just you can see his closing ability. It's just the ball goes away from him. So that's one of the things when you're watching cornerbacks, they're not always involved in the play because of where the ball is going. This one was away from him, but I wanted to show it because it does show a good video shot of him breaking on the ball. Then we're going to come right here, and he's going to be in the bunch. He's going to be they're going to motion to the bunch here, and he's going to be in the flat. He's actually up at the top of the screen. They motion him down. He's going to be the flat defender here. And he does a really good job of jumping that flat route. The ball goes the opposite side, but the coverage was nice over on the right side. You can see he is he becomes the flat defender. This is zone coverage. He doesn't even pay attention to the guy running vertical because his zone is threatened. He jumps that. They have really good coverage on that side, and the ball goes the other direction. One of the things that we've heard about as soon as this selection of Womack was made was, this is a guy who can play in the slot. We're going to see him running some more routes in this game from the slot than we did in the Notre Dame game. He's in the slot at the top of the screen. He's right there at the 50-yard line on the hash marks. He's going to get lost here. The receiver is he thinks that the guy's taking a vertical route. He turns, he loses them, and this is a situation. It's a nice recovery from Womack, and he gets up and he keeps us to a 2-yard gain. Nice hit, knocks him out of bounds. But he's definitely gets lost here at the beginning of the play, and the lack of the arm strength from the quarterback and the amount of time that it takes for that ball to get from one hash all the way across the field to the sidelines on the other side allows him to break on the ball and make a really nice play here. But make no bones about it, he got a little mixed up at the break here. Kind of starts to bail out, and we're not going to see it from the end zone view. So we'll just look at the hit at the end. Guy's a little off balance, and he shoves him out of bounds with a nice little pop. So let's jump forward to just a little bit here. And Womack, again, is back up at the top of the screen. Ball goes the other way. What I like about this one is it's a deep post route. He does a good job of staying on top of it early on. Gets a little turned around on the break. I think at that point right there, he's starting to feel. You see him turn his hips, and I think he's reading this as that this guy's going to be going vertical on him. So he loses him a little bit, but as the guy breaks inside, he does a good job of climbing right back on top of it. And he does such a good job of that. That's one of the things is when I've watched him on film, he does a really good job of sticking to the man, regardless of kind of where it is. And so that's a big bonus that you get with his play. that's gonna serve him well in this game. We're gonna see him do that a few times throughout this contest. On this one, we're gonna see Womack's up the top of the screen. They're going to be running at least a little bit of an out and up kind of route, and he's right there with them. The ball goes the opposite direction, but again, you see him. He's on top of it the whole time. Breaks, but he stakes as soon as he breaks on it, breaks on the out. So he could be beat, but at the same time, he gets his hand into his chest, he gets him turned, and he's right there with him the whole way. He's fine there. And I'm going to fast forward a bit here, 9 minutes. He's up at the top of the screen. They're going to be running a deep out. You'll see they're basically they're just running. There's a zone coverage, cover 3. The deepest man in his zone runs an out, and you see what I like. The reason I showed this is he's just playing zone, but look at the break, and he's driving on the ball, and he's right there. If the quarterback from Central Michigan tries to beat him on the out, this is going to be either deflected or it's going to be an interception. Look at the break. Boom, he's right there. There's no wasted motion. If that ball's coming out there, he's going to be able to break on. He gets his head around and is chasing it to the sidelines. A really nice one for him. Quarterback never even looks in that direction. They're going to come back on this next one. Going to be zone again, I believe. It's kind of a bunchy type of a formation. It's not a tight bunch. It's a spread. Really nice job of driving on that route, though. This one's actually man coverage, so excuse me. They actually man it up, and he's right there with them. The quarterback escapes the pocket. That's not his responsibility, though, isn't to get there. His responsibility is to curl, and he takes the curl away, and then he gets over to try to help out with the run. But he's right there. Look at the positioning. If that ball goes to the curl, he's in good position to break that up. And again, this is what you see with him. He's 9 times out of 10. He's very good at this. He struggles a little bit, like we talked about on the stream against Notre Dame with double moves, and we're going to see that pop up in this game. But that's a really nice breakout of him there. This next one, we're going to see him. They're going to see him actually. We're going to see Womack getting set on a blitz. Womack's down here at the bottom of the screen now. He's right by the logo at the 25-yard line. And at the snap of the ball, he's going to blitz. And he's able to get in there and get the running back at about the line of scrimmage, and the running back, because of the angle, is able to get a gain of 2. But this is a nice job out of Womack. A nice blitz, gets there and brings him down. My one concern with Womack is his tackling. I don't know if he's going to be able to be a guy that's going to be able to come up and be that's why I'm not sure if he's going to be a solution for the 49ers at nickel. I think he might be more of an outside guy. And we'll see how that plays out for him. Ball goes away from him. Nothing on that play. Fast forward just a little bit through. This is a really nice one. He's in man coverage here on this receiver, and he really good job of running across the field with him. Little hold at the end that doesn't get called. You see it, the hold on the back of the jersey, but he does a really nice job of running the route with the receiver here. He's lined up a little inside. You see him a little hand fighting, but he's right on his hip. The receiver breaks, and he's right there, and the ball sails past him incomplete. Really nice job by Womack on this one. He has the coverage skills to play in the slot. If all that he had to do was play in, and if all it required was just to cover when you're playing there, I would say there's no doubt that he could play in the slot. My concern with him is more when you're playing in the slot position with the 49ers, you have the responsibility of having to play the run as well, and that can be a little bit of a challenge. I think with him with that ability, if he's the guy that can do it down and down out of the slot as far as stopping the run. So you see him get beat here on the double move. The guy's got a couple steps on him. He's beat right here. This is another double move. The out, he jumps on the out, and then he gets upfield. And the receiver's able to get upfield without Womack getting his hands on him. He's beat by a couple of steps here. Watch right here, boom. He's beat. You can see the receiver pulling away. If this ball's put out in front of him where it belongs, it's a long gain down the sidelines. Womack does a nice job of chasing it down, though, and then turning his head around and getting the ball and knocking it out. So this is one of those that could be deemed a pass breakup where it's actually more of just a poorly thrown ball that allows him to get back and make the play. He's out, we've seen it now. The first one against against Notre Dame, it was a curl and go. This time it's an out and up, but a really nice recovery. So bad in that he got beat on the double move. Positive is that he stuck with the play, chased it down. The ball's underthrown a little bit, and he was able to make the play on the ball and get it out of there. Boom, really nice. Womack's down here in the slot, and the inside alignment. I can tell you, it looks like they're going to be playing some zone, and he's able to run the deep defender. His job on this go route is I think they're playing cover 3 here, or a version of cover 3. It's either going to be cover 3 or it's single high safety. Either way, does a good job staying up on top of the route. He's really fast, and it shows up on film. His speed, he's a 4.3 guy on the 40, and it shows up when he runs with everybody. We saw him run with the receivers from Notre Dame. He's running with the receivers here from Central Michigan. Number 88, I think, is the number. He's a really fast receiver for Central Michigan, and he does a good job on him throughout this game. Just fast forward a little bit here. This play is going to break down, but I like this one because it shows how sticky he is. Look at him. He's right on him. The play starts to break down, and he just kind of sticks with them. He's right there with them. The receiver makes the break, and he's right on it. So I like that part of this play. That's why I wanted to show it really quick. This next one is a nice shot of him playing zone. He's going to be the flat defender on this one. This is late in the first half, but we saw him do this a lot against Notre Dame. In that Notre Dame game, they had him lined up playing the flat quite a bit. He's going to be doing this is zone. Kind of drifts back with the receiver. Everything's kind of breaking out in front of him. He sees the running back there as the only guy who's really threatening him. He starts breaking on it, and as soon as the ball gets there, he's there to knock it away. It's just a really good job of him keeping his eyes in the backfield, keeping his eyes, being able to see the whole thing. When he plays zone, he does a really good job with his eyes. He has a really good feel for where he needs to be at any given point in the play when he's in this zone. This time he realizes kind of where the threat is. That's the biggest threat to him, and breaks on the ball right away. And he gets there and just blows the running back up, knocks the ball out of his hand. So it's really nice. Boom, ball comes out. Really nice play. And that's at the end of the half. Just a really good play. Then they go into the second half here in a minute. But, so we've seen him make a nice play on the out of man coverage. We've seen him be sticky when he's in zone coverage. We see him come up and lay a nice hit here in zone coverage. This is the second half of the game. They actually make a comeback in this. They lose at the end, but that's because their offense doesn't score. They hold to a field goal in overtime, and then their offense doesn't score. But here we go. I like this one. This is a really nice one. You're going to see he's right there on top of it. It's just a quick little out, but you see that ability to jump, get over there. was looking for one play in particular. I think again, that's a nice job by him. He's playing he's the flat defender on this one. You'll see him coming down. He's putting his mouthpiece in right there, but he does a good job. He just keeps his eyes in the backfield. He sees where he's threatened, falls off a little bit, and the ball gets thrown incomplete. This is the one that I thought we're going to earlier. I really like this one. He gets motioned from the outside guy. Now he gets put into this bunch, and this bunch is really tough because you've got guys going all kinds of different directions. And what Toledo's doing here is they're we used to call it banjo, but what they're doing is they're waiting for this thing to break before they're waiting for the receivers to announce where they're going. And that's probably the easiest way to explain it. So they're not going to jump anything. They're going to let these receivers get into their breaks before they start to react. And he does a really good job of waiting for that guy to come back to him, because what he's doing here, what Samuel Womack is doing is he's watching this. His job is to take the first receiver that comes across. He's going to take the inside guy. So he's watching 88 run away from him. And at this point, where he isn't, as far as where his positioning is, he doesn't have to chase him, so he can kind of let him keep going. He's got a good leverage on him right now, and as soon as that guy starts to break inside, he breaks on the ball. The pass gets knocked down as a line of scrimmage, but this is a really good job in the slot of not overplaying it, of just kind of letting it come to you, letting the receivers tell you where they're going to go, letting them declare their routes before you start to jump. So they're moving with him a little bit, and he lets that guy declare that he's coming back inside, and boom, makes the play. And if that ball hadn't been knocked down at the line of scrimmage, it's either going to be a pick or it's probably going to be a pass breakup. So a really nice play there by Womack. So we're going to jump forward just a little bit. This is going to be a nice deep route. You're going to get to see his speed come up here. Womack's down here at the bottom of the screen. He's showing it too high at the beginning here. Just sticks right there. He's right in his hip pocket the whole route. He's right there with him, and then when the receiver breaks, he's able to plant and stick right with him. He just has really good ability to do this kind of thing where it's start and stop, and he's sticky. That's the best way to put it. He doesn't get beat very often where he's not at all around the play. That's just a really, really nice job. All right, so deep into the second half, he's down here at the bottom screen. Look at the cushion that he's given up. He's 8 yards off this thing, stepping forward. Again, just a really good job here. This is zone, and he's kind of playing in between. He knows where he has a feel for where that receiver is, the deep receiver. He knows that if this ball gets thrown into his zone, he's going to, look where he's at when the quarterback's trying to throw it. He's right in the throwing lane to that deep out. He doesn't have to be back behind him or anything. He's sitting right there. This is a tough play to make. It'd be a tough throw. Matthew Stafford might be able to hit it. Definitely not going to happen here, though. Has his eyes in the backfield, and he's able to kind of feel the routes. He's waiting for that underneath route to be thrown, even though that's not necessarily his responsibility. He's right there helping out with both of those. Leads to a sack. To see him run with the streak, staying right on the top of him. Doesn't have to even use his hands or anything to do it. He's got an 8-yard cushion, does a really nice job of letting that receiver eat it up and then turn in and running with him. That's one of the nice things about this clip right here. Didn't really notice it so much ahead of time, but watch how he just lets that cushion get eaten up, and then he's able to turn and boom, right now he's with him. That's a really nice burst out of him, out of Womack. He's able to just stick with it, let him get to him, and then turn and run. And that's what you need. If you have a guy that can do those kind of things, that helps him to be able to play those short routes and not have to turn his hips early to try to stay on top of the deep route. He has that speed. You talked about he's a fast guy, 4.3 speed. It shows up on film. Doesn't always show up on film with everybody. Definitely shows up here. We're going to see another example here of him being able to run with the streak up at the top of the screen. The ball goes away from him. This time, though, he's doing it out of press coverage or up on him, and he's able just to turn and run right with him. He's not even using his hands. He's just turning and running. Watch the speed. Boom, just turns. He's right there with him. He gets his hand on him as they start getting down the field. But off the line of scrimmage, he lets the receiver get to the outside. He stays right on his hip. That's really nice coverage over there by Womack at the top of the screen. And then the next one, this is going to be we're getting to the end of it here with this game in terms of the plays that he's really involved with. But again, look at the man coverage. He's up on him and just watch the feet. Boom, turns. He takes what I like about this, when you're playing man coverage, you really don't want that guy to get across your face. And he takes that first step. You see that first step is with his right foot. That helps him drive off. It's also helping to wall off the receiver to any kind of in-breaking route. And he's right there with him. Really nice. And then let's jump to the last one. And this one, again, this is probably my favorite play of his that I've seen so far. He's in man coverage up at the top of the screen. They're going to run a it's not an option. It's a quarterback, where the quarterback has a choice to either give it to the run or pass. It's a run pass option. That's what they're running here with a slant on it. And he just does a really good job on this slant. He sticks right with him. See the hands on him, runs the route for him, and almost gets the interception. Boom, gets his hands up and then just climbs it, runs the route, is able to actually beat the receiver to the spot. And the receiver turns into the DB on that one. Just a really nice job. Watch his footwork right there. He's on him, and he's just running with them. So, as you see with Womack, this is the guy who he like we've talked about. He's fast. That shows up repeatedly. He's good with his hands. He's really good with his eyes in terms of when it gets the zone coverage of being able to feel where the ball is supposed to, where the ball's going and what the receivers and quarterbacks are doing. He's not afraid to. He's not afraid with that, and then as far as like what Moses said there, as far as not mentioning that he plays a lot of off coverage, he sure does. He plays a lot of off coverage. There's a good amount of either of zone that they run here. They do a lot of cover 3, and they have him run as a zone defender in the flat a lot of times as well. So these last few plays that we've shown were situations where he's in man coverage. Same thing here. And he's all over that one and knocks it away. So, really good. I mean, Lee asks, how is he in run support? Can he start in the slot as a rookie? And that's what I was talking about earlier. I'm not sure if he's a guy that you're going to want to have start in the slot. And the reason I say that is because is when you look at it, with the way the 49ers run when they have their nickel on the field, whether it's nickel formation or dime, whatever, when that nickel back is on the field, he's really a linebacker in a lot of ways. He's got to be able to fit in run support. And I'm not sure if he has that ability yet. I'm not worried about his size. I just haven't seen him be aggressive enough against the run when the ball's going away from him or even if you remember the Notre Dame film, there's a play where the ball's coming towards him. He has a tendency at times to kind of turn and just watch things happen. I don't think he'd be doing that necessarily in the slot. He might, from a coverage standpoint, absolutely. From a run support standpoint, I do have some questions on him. if that's works out for him. Um, just looking through the questions today. Yeah, Lee, good thing that I did remember this out. I didn't kick myself out this time. Uh, so, we did a little bit of practice. Boris asked the same question. Can he play in the slot? Yeah, this is a guy that he definitely has the tools. He has the coverage skills. When you watch, and what I've seen of him so far, the coverage skills are there. That's not my concern with uh, Samuel Womack. With Womack, my concern is more around the ability to come up and run support and those types of things. So we'll see how it works out with the 49ers. I'm excited to get up to Santa Clara and watch practice. We're going to get to see rookie minicamp starts on Friday. I will be in Santa Clara for rookie minicamp. There'll be a full report afterwards. I'll definitely be keeping my eyes on Womack. Is he better than Lenore? I mean, from what we've seen right here, he looks like he's better than Lenore, but this isn't NFL level receivers. And I didn't watch enough of Lenore last year. I didn't do post-draft film breakdowns with everybody. I think I might have done one game of Lenore's. So definitely paying more attention to Womack. And I really like what I've seen out of this guy. So it's going to be fun to, like I said, to watch what he can do with the 49ers during minicamp this week and into training camp. It's definitely going to, he definitely shows some skills, and it's going to be fun to watch him go up against the 49ers receivers. So, and I do agree with you on this one, Moses. And that's actually, again, I was asked about this earlier on Hammer and Nail show is, what do I think of him? And I'll say, what I will say is that everything that you read in the scouting report when it comes to Samuel Womack shows up on film. He does have, the hand contact that you mentioned here, Moses, about the refs calling it. That was part of what they talked about, was not necessarily the hand contact here, but it's the double moves, getting beat deep down the field. At times, the way that he's using his hand there, that's when he can get himself into trouble and get those pass interference calls down the field. So most of what I see, though, with him is really solid, and it'll be fun to watch how that goes. And then you mentioned Quantrez Knight as well. He's the one, I believe, from UCLA that a lot of people have been talking up. So I'm looking for, again, all these guys, all these rookies. It's going to be fun to check them out on Friday. Hope you like this one. Hope you like the format here. In the past, I've been doing these film breakdowns. I started last year doing these film breakdowns, and this is the second one for this year. So we've done two here with Womack. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a third, but I'll be back at it again next Monday. So my plan right now is to definitely do one on Monday, every Wednesday, and maybe even Thursday. And we're going to go through all of the rookie draft picks and maybe even some of the undrafted free agents. We have plenty of time to be doing those now because training camp doesn't start until August. So we'll get you the information here that you see them on the field. You'll see some film from me as well, clips from practices. I'll definitely have the camera rolling up at minicamp on Friday, and we'll see how that works out, and just try to get you guys as much information as you can on the 49ers, get you revved up for the 2022 49ers regular season. So as far as what other players do I have footage on, I have the only one that I know for sure that I don't have, as far as when I looked last time at the list of players, was Nick Zakel from the lineman from Fordham. So I'll have to see about getting that information out and seeing if I can find some for that. But otherwise, there's going to be, we'll get to Drake Jackson. We're going to get to everybody's favorite running back, Tyrion Davis-Price, Danny Gray, the wide receiver out of SMU, the two, the lineman out of UT San Antonio. We'll get into some of that. So we're going to get all these guys. We have the cornerback from Penn State as well. So and I'll do some Jason Poe and Donovan White and stuff, or the other guys, the undrafted free agents as well. So Purdy I might even have to do that. Maybe since you asked for it, Lee, maybe we'll do Purdy next week. That might be pretty fun to do that. So I don't know. We'll see. But definitely there will be some breakdowns coming up to you. Like I said, all of the drafted rookies that I can get film on, Nick Zakel being the only one that I don't have right now. You'll get at least 2 breakdowns per player. And time permitting, we'll go through even more. So I just want to say thank you to everybody that took the time to watch this and to join. I know it's a little bit shorter than others, but when it comes to these cornerbacks, sometimes it's going through the entire game can be a little tiring, because what you're seeing a lot is you're seeing a lot of the same things when the ball's going away from them. It is sometimes, like I showed in this one, it's important to watch what they're doing. Just because the ball doesn't come at them doesn't mean it's not important to see how they're performing. You can get a good idea of their cover skills even when the ball's not coming to them. So hope you enjoyed the show. Like Raphael 5629er says, if you could please hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, it'd be greatly appreciated. Trying to grow the channel as much as possible. The writing that I do for the Press Democrat helps out quite a bit. This channel as well, and would like to continue to grow this channel and get to the point where I can be out on the road for the road games, covering the 49ers out there as well. That comes out of my own pocket. So I'm asking for the support from the fans in terms of liking and subscribing. And if you have 49er fans that are in your family or friends who maybe don't know about the channel, let them know. So thanks a lot, everybody. Like, subscribe. I appreciate everybody joining. I will be back for sure on Friday with a report from 49ers rookie minicamp up in Santa Clara. Have a great rest of your Wednesday night. Go Warriors. Talk to you soon.